This is 2/3 of a red kite, missing a few feathers and a few verses. With all his aerobatic flair, he rises in the thermal air, above the clouds with thoughts subdued, embracing silent solitude, wafting on the wind around that eerie whistling, wailing sound, as kites will gather at the scene, then dive to grasp the awful spleen. Now all the air is filled with kites, just see their mesmerizing flights, as each bird tumbles from the sky to skim the ground, then up they fly. This striking bird of chestnut red is once more common and widespread, a bird that soars so high to reach the very gods and so beseech.
Now Helen Whitten with Knopfler Notes. I admit I had to Google Knopfler.
Maybe you're just not old enough. So I've always been a bit of a fan of Mark Knopfler, who is a guitarist, for those of you who don't know, and was watching him being interviewed. So Knopfler Notes, which is on page 18. And so he talks on the TV, the Sultan of Swing, his balding head shining under studio lights, long curls, long gone. The skinny frame, paunchy, looking like anyone's dad. But the fingers tell the story, strumming a Geordie beat, painting the struts of Brunel's Bridge, and the palette of poverty of back-to-back houses, the lines of washing. He's shuffling the blues amidst blackened faces, picking the scenes with coal-dusted chords.
A well-known face, Lee Jones, has The Free Country.
A Jones boy.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon. Most of my poems seem to be about sex or social commentary, and unfortunately Patrick insisted on social commentary. The free the free country. As the rain drenches, skylarks sing in the still air above fetid, muddy trenches. Their calls moving soldiers to become war poets, flowering for a brief spring of hope of English village greens, forgetting they were starving in Salford, the latrines as bad as here before the war. Returning home from nightmare, those who did found nothing changed, yet everything worse. A free country, free to exploit its working class, no jobs, no cash. Oh, what a lovely war. Thank you.
It's Angela Croft's turn, and she's going to do Goose.
Thank you, Patrick. I wrote this on an Arvon course in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of Devon, and I had a touch of paranoia. Goose. They say it's safe round here. Offer me tea. No crime for 1,000 years. But what of the weed killer and the empty chair? The 3 men in the kitchen wearing striped aprons. The girl with a knife slicing wet fish. The secrets written in braille round library walls. The shelves full of murder and poems without meter. I fly out of the door, run across fields down to the river, follow a goose through silver rushes, wonder what lies under the reeds when the cattle recede and I hear them say, it's safe round here, offer me tea. Thank you.
Everybody has been so cooperative and have run to times perfectly so that I can now get in people that I wasn't sure about. And there are two people, and Brian Doherty, if he could read his extract from Birthdays.
Yeah, I'll find the... Right. folks. Good afternoon. Right, this is 3/5 of a birthday. I always hold my birthday party in Brazil. Start in Rio, then pick a random mat rev I can get a cheap internal flight or bus to, as long as I can get back to Rio next day and not be stranded somewhere they don't speak Portuguese, never mind English. Somewhere football is sport, not war. The water and food won't give me cholera or dysentery. My hat won't provoke a riot. Their definition of poetry matches mine, where the weather won't be too humid and any song or poem I choose to recite will be met by polite applause or shrugs, and they won't be tempted to throw a tablecloth over my head and add me to the collection of parrots on their veranda, or lead me into the jungle and introduce me to the local wildlife. If you want to know how it finishes, buy another copy of the book.
And now we have Greg Byrne, Black Rose.
Hi, two songs mentioned in this. One is The Yellow Rose of Texas, the other one is The Girl with the Flaxen Hair by Debussy. Black Rose. Wet play in the hall. Can I be your Texas Rose? She asked. The little girl with long black hair and Irish eyes. I wasn't sure, but I said yes, because I could be like a cowboy, giving my red bandana to my girl from Texas. She requests that song, not the Yellow Rose, not even El Paso, but the one by Debussy. For my chemo, she tells the morning's show, and anyone else with that burden today. She omits her forgotten cowboy bow. Even Debussy had love to jettison. Thank you.
And finally, and perhaps I should have put him on first, but it might have spoiled the fun, that's Brian Young with Health Warning. By way of a light-hearted epilogue. Patrick says it's perfect for finishing everyone off. Health warning. A little poetry is a dangerous thing. Certain verses can race your pulse and worm into your mind, never to be prized out. They suddenly twitch into consciousness, like the reminder of an old wound, and cause your lips to move to the consternation of others. You can reveal your malady to close companions, knowing they may contract your fever, but those verses will be part of you to the end, truer than your epitaph. And if the crowds can all gather for a photo.